and search for good entertainment. Critic discretion is advised.
So I've already done my top 10 worst list. It's not going to change. It's been uploaded. Watch it and enjoy. So I thought I'd spiffy up because now it's time to look at the opposite end of the spectrum and acknowledge the good films. Because let's be honest, it's been an amazing year. Welcome to Preview Review, everyone, and today I am counting down my top 10 best movies of 2015. Now, as I said in my last video, I didn't get to see every film that came out in 2015. Some of them I really wanted to see because I heard they were awesome. Southpaw, The Hateful Eight, Sicario. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see those. However, I think I have an idea to satisfy my missed opportunities, but that's for another video. So based on my opinion and the movies that I saw this year, these are the 10 that I loved the most. If you respect that, then we'll get along just fine. And without further ado, let the countdown commence.
Number 10.
Kicking off my list is Creed. Every year I have to choose between 4 or 5 movies for my number 10 pick, and this year it's Creed. But don't worry, that's what honorable mentions are for. As for Creed, it's a spin-off done right. Rocky came out in the early 70s and captured everyone's heart. And now we have Creed to continue this franchise. The fights were realistic, the photography was excellent, and this film brought Sylvester Stallone's greatest performance to life. Did I mention he should get nominated for an Oscar? No? Well, I'm saying it now.
Number 9.
At number 9, I have Jurassic World. This was by far my favorite summer blockbuster of 2015. Notice that I said summer, not winter, for all you Star Wars fans out there, but this movie was an absolute blast. There were so many references to the original Jurassic Park, including one scene where I just screamed in glee. It was intense, funny, and just a hell of a lot of fun. You could say it was a roaring good time. No. I'm just gonna give up on being a comedian. Nobody finds my jokes funny. Damn it.
Number 8.
Coming in at number 8 is The Gift. This movie could have been a cliched, dull thriller that simply went from point A to point B. Oh, it went far beyond that. For some reason, this film reminds me a lot of last year's Gone Girl. Probably because they're both fantastic mystery thrillers. And like Gone Girl, The Gift had excellent cinematography and very good performances. Thank you, Jason Bateman. Unlike Gone Girl, this movie isn't based on a novel, so we have no idea what's going to happen. It had an original and intriguing story that was both tense and unpredictable. I loved The Gift, and I highly recommend it.
Number 7.
At number 7 is Inside Out. Inside Out had everything that makes a good Pixar film. It had humor, heart, joy, sadness. Jokes write themselves sometimes, come on. Seriously though, this film had everything. It had a unique and ingenious idea, gorgeous animation, great characters, hysterical laughs, and several scenes where I cried my eyes out. I laughed, I cried, I saw it again, and I laughed and cried even more. Both times reflecting on the message the movie gave and how I relate to it. Remember when I did the video on my top 10 favorite Pixar films? I think that needs updating, because this would probably be in the top 3 or 4. Now these last 6 movies are the only movies that I gave a 5 out of 5 to this year. I rewatched all of them at least once and constantly rearranged them in order, but it came down to this.
Number 6.
At number 6 is Kingsman, The Secret Service. I can't think of a single movie in 2015 that kicked ass as much as Kingsman did. And yes, that does include Star Wars. I could watch Kingsman a dozen times and still have just as much fun, if not more fun, than when I first watched it. It's a freaking love letter to the spy genre. It defines the word badass. It had over-the-top action, lots of clever humor, memorable characters, and even a dose of social commentary. In fact, Kingsman is the only movie this year that I saw multiple times in theaters, and I enjoyed it more and more with each viewing. When you make an action movie and that happens, you have done something right.
Number 5.
Making its way to number 5 is Star Wars: The Force Awakens. I can already imagine what some people will say in the comments. How dare you put Star Wars so low on the list? Calm down. Calm down. You mad, bro? Oh, you are. Okay, go sit in the corner. Remember, this is my opinion, and I'm happy where the movie is on my list. I almost put Kingsman above this movie because in terms of a movie, I liked Kingsman more. But in terms of the experience watching a movie, this was twice as good. It recaptured the Star Wars universe that we've come to know and love by harking back to the old and paying respect to it. At the same time, it gave the franchise a burst of energy with new memorable characters and great storytelling. Is it flawless? No. It's still a damn good movie.
Number 4.
And number 4 is Unfriended. I have a feeling that this is going to be the one movie on my list that causes an uproar in the comments. But that's okay. This is my list, not yours. This is easily my favorite horror film of the year for many reasons. Perhaps the biggest reason is how authentic and relatable the movie is. Unfriended had a perfect balance of visceral social commentary on cyberbullying and satirical mockery on how our generation acts on the internet. Not to mention the fact that it was truly unnerving and frequently managed to terrify me.
Number 3.
At number 3 is Ridley Scott's newest film, The Martian. Coming from someone who read the book, this is an exceptional adaptation that is quite often better than the source material. The scope of the film alone is impressive because you constantly feel the pressure of the situation. Add to that one of Matt Damon's best performances of his career, lots of lighthearted humor, and some jaw-dropping visual effects, and The Martian more than earns its place on my list.
Number 2.
Coming in at number 2, I have Ex Machina. If I had to describe this movie with one phrase, it would be mind-blowing. Holy shit. Without even going into detail, this movie made me question my humanity. That's hard to do! I can say without a second thought that this is the smartest movie I've seen all year. Hell, this wasn't a movie, this was an experience. It had Oscar-worthy performances, several unexpected surprises throughout the screenplay, and the best visual effects I've seen all year. It was a dark, twisted, and thrilling movie that wasn't afraid of asking some tough, thought-provoking questions. Alright guys, we've made it this far. It's almost time for me to reveal my number 1 pick. But as always, here are some honorable mentions as well as some underrated picks.
Number 1.
Alright everyone, we finally made it. This is the movie that I think deserves the Oscar for Best Picture. It's been so long since a movie affected me as much as this one did. I cried for over an hour after this film ended. Keep that in mind. And the best film of 2015, in my opinion, is Room. There are several movies on this list that I consider to be masterpieces, but this is the only film of 2015 that I think is flawless. When you watch Room, you are not watching actors. You are watching real people with genuine relationships who are struggling with a horrifying, yet sadly everyday conflict. And because of its courage and realism, this movie more than earns the number 1 spot. So that does it for my top 10 best movies of 2015. So I guess that leaves you with the $1 million question. What, in your opinion, was the best movie of 2015? And if one movie isn't enough, go ahead and write a top 10 list down in the comments. Also, thank you guys for such an incredible year. I don't know how I would do this without your support. All of you are awesome. Come on, bring it in. Group hug, group hug. No, you come in here too. Come on, group hug. Yeah, group hug. Oh my God, there's a lot of you. Ah! Well, whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And if you enjoyed this video, punch that like button, and I'll see you guys next time on Preview Review. Thanks for watching!